Hello. Thank you for meeting with us today. We really enjoyed watching the episode of Team Zenko Go. And one of my savvy ladies here has her first question that she'd like to ask.
What's it like being the voice of a character? Nakai, you can go first.
It's actually incredible. It's a lot of fun, and you also sometimes get to experiment with the voice. So that would be my answer.
And
Um,
Hartley.
I would say honestly, it's really amazing. I've had a lot of surgeries in my life, and one thing that really helped me get through the hospital stays would be watching cartoons. That was really a big part of my life, and it still is. So being able to bring that joy to other kids is really a dream come true.
And
Thank
also, just to add, I think that anyone can do voiceover if they really want to, or if they just enjoy making funny noises with their voice. So I think anyone can do it if you really love it.
My question is a behind the scenes question. We were curious as to if you are working together when you're doing the voices or if you're on your own. And either way, how does that feel? So we're thinking, Hartley, would you like to start?
So for this project, because of the whole pandemic thing, and because I'm medically complex, it would have been really scary for me to go into a studio, especially early on. But the team was really amazing in letting me actually work from a little makeshift recording studio in my actual bedroom in my closet. Um, so I did it online. And I actually for a couple of the recording sessions, I got to work with some of the other actors, and that was really amazing.
Thank you.
It was actually very interesting because it was also during the pandemic. So it was like one person in the studio at a time. If someone needed to come in, like you'd have to just wear a mask and keep your distance. So really and truly, it was just me in the studio and everyone else was on Zoom. But sometimes it was hard because when you're like not like in a social interaction, it's kind of hard to match the person's energy or their tone, but I think it turned out really well.
Yeah, in the
Thank you. I
ideal
agree.
world, Carrie, we bring them all in at the same time in a non-pandemic world, right? And then they would feed off of each other, and it was a harder process too, just because a record would take all day because we'd have one person, then they'd have to clean the studio, then the next person, then we'd have to link in with Hartley, whose dad. I just want to give props to his dad was like the sound engineer. You'd see his arms sort of come into the Zoom sometimes. He'd adjust a dial and everything. But I thought these guys did phenomenal imagining the other actors. Our voice director was fantastic. And I mean, this wasn't the optimal way to do it, but these kids really, boy, they gave it their all. I was just so impressed.
This question is for Nakai and Hartley. What do you feel is most special about the character you play? Nakai, you can go first.
Hmm. I think she's smart and she's very intelligent at the same time. And she's also brave.
I think that
Thank
I
you.
would say that even though Ari, he is disabled, he doesn't let it get in his way. But also, I think the fact that he's super inventive, he's always making these new gadgets to help out the team. I think that that's something really cool that he does.
Okay, this last question will be for Jack. So what do you want families to know the most about Team Zenko Go?
I think I want there are several things. The first is that it's a show, even though it says it's for preschool, that I think is for all ages. It's a show that you can watch with your kids, and it imbues, I think, valuable lessons. Second, I like the inclusiveness of the show. Uh, I think we're trying to show that everybody has different capabilities. One of the things, gosh, I can't believe we haven't talked about before, is the concept of teamwork,
Yes.
and how it is important to work with other people. Scarlett, you have two sisters,
Yeah.
so you probably know how tough that is, right?
Definitely.
Right? Because when you're on a team and not everybody has the same idea of how to achieve a goal. That's sort of what the pilot is about. Ari hasn't been on a team before. So I think the value of teamwork is a really important thing. And the idea, this is something I try to teach my daughter, and I always fail, is that you can disagree with each other, but that doesn't mean you're not friends anymore. It just means for a moment you've disagreed with each other. And so
true.
I think those are all valuable things that come out of the show. Plus good deeds
Great.
and action.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Mhm.
I also think that this is a great show for adults to watch too, because it also shows like no matter what age you are, no matter how tall or small you are, you can still have an impact on the world or make it a better place.
Absolutely.